It's movie time at the El Sleazo. It was either that intro or this one. It's movie time at the El Sleazo. But, my Irish ain't good. How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World is directed by Dean DeBlois. DeBlois?
Hi, I'm Dean DeBlois.
Dean DeBlois, and stars Jay Baruchel, America Ferrera, and F. Murray Abraham. It's also starring Cate Blanchett, Gerard Butler, Craig Ferguson, Jonah Hill, Kristen Wiig, and Kit Harington, as well as Samuel L. Jackson, Jennifer Aniston, Will Smith, Brad Pitt, The Kitchen Sink. I'm kidding, but jeez, might as well though. And it's the story of Hiccup, who when discovers Toothless isn't the only Night Fury, must seek the Hidden World, a secret dragon utopia, before a tyrant named Grimmel finds it first. How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World, or can we just call it How to Train Your Dragon 3, is the third installment in the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy, and I really enjoyed the first two. The OG How to Train Your Dragon was around a 9 out of 10 for me, and the second one was up there as well. So I was hoping to see this movie cap off a great franchise. But before starting the review, I just want to say that instead of prefacing and saying verbatim, I'm going to start talking about the positives, and I'm going to start talking about the negatives now. I went ahead and made some title transitional. And just like Rapid Fire, they're each movie themed, which is pretty cool. So the positives are Marvel themed and dubbed Marvel Strengths, and the negatives are Harry Potter themed, titled Hunter's Problems and Where to Find Them. And no, I do not hate Harry Potter because the negatives are themed that way. I just thought it was cool. So, let's go. So this is a very colorful, beautiful movie, great animation, it's fantastic. I mean, just the way the little hair moves on their heads, it's crazy. I mean, the good thing is, if you're taking a kid, there's a high probability they're probably gonna be really quiet and quite mesmerized by how beautiful the movie looks. Just like the last movie here, I was really impressed with how much detail and thought and creativity goes into the different kinds and types of dragons there are. I mean, there's like at least, 3 different kinds of I'm just kidding, there's like 70 different kinds here. These movies also have a great sense of comedy. They don't put too much in there towards distracting from the movie, but they just put the right amount towards just really enjoyable. But GGMM, that stands for Good Golly Miss Molly. This lady next to me was laughing so hard, you would have thought she was watching The Hangover. Knock knock, who's there? Etch. Etchu. Bless you, friend. Screenplay, voice acting, and characters were again fantastic here. There's so many different variations of funny characters and serious characters. The movie mainly focuses on Toothless and Hiccup, as it has in the previous 2 movies, and they're my favorite 2 characters, but everybody did great here. As in the 2 previous movies, Toothless is very likable, very adorable, very cute here, and Hiccup here is very likable as well. By the way, why is Hiccup so American? His accent is so American. His parents are Irish, his friends and family and everybody around him are Irish or Scottish. I don't really know the difference. They probably explained it in the first movie. I'm just sitting here like, I don't know why. I mean, his dad's like, son, this is your home. Björk. Björk is your home. Like with a Y, like B-Y-E-R-K, and then Hiccup just punches out the Y, and it's like, yeah, Dad, yeah, I know, yeah, Burke is my home. I feel like this movie really takes a back seat on the dragon and fighting stuff. There's definitely plenty of it, but it's more so centered around relationship stuff, which some people might like or dislike. We discover in this movie that Toothless isn't the only Night Fury anymore. There's actually another one, but it's white, and they call it a Light Fury. And what I mean by relationships is this movie really centers itself around Toothless and the Light Fury, and then Hiccup and his relationship as well. And goodness gracious, the relationship between Toothless and the Light Fury is so cute. There's this little mating scene where they're just cute and funny, and it's really adorable, and I'm fuzzy inside. I really liked the villain in this movie. Grindelwald was a huge... What is it? Grimmel? Grimmel, not Grindelwald, my bad. Grimmel, whatever. He looks like Gru from Despicable Me. Anyway, Grimmel was a really good bad guy. Good voice. F. Murray Abraham played a very intimidating villain, and I really liked him. Yeah, that's a lot of G's. We got Grindelwald and Grimmel and Gru, and you could almost make a sentence, couldn't you? Like, Grimmel grew as Grindelwald. I really like the way they ended this movie and franchise. Wrap a lot of things up. We get a lot of things concluded, a lot of loose ends tied up, and it's a really emotional ending as well. I mean, it is goodbye to a beloved franchise, and it's sad to see it go, but I really liked it. And needless to say, this is a great, fantastic kids movie. It's very funny, very colorful. The story's easy to follow along, and there's lots of dragons. I mean, you know, if you like dragons, then go watch Game of Thrones. I'm kidding. Watch them in this movie. It's a good movie. Now let's get into that Harry Potter thing I mentioned earlier, huh? So in order for them to find this hidden world, they had to leave their home of Burke, or Bjork, or however you want to say it, behind. And I felt it was a little too rushed, too fast. Nobody really argued or disputed it or anything like that. It was basically just mentioned like, hey, let's go find this hidden place that nobody's ever seen before, but we have to leave our 10,000-year-old home behind. And everybody's like, sounds convincing to me. I really thought Hiccup's mother could have been in the movie more. Hiccup is really struggling with leading this nation, this tribe, struggling with decisions in his own personal life, and his mother is, you know, his mother and also a mentor, that important voice in his life, and she was really kind of sidelined throughout the movie. I really thought she could have been in it more. Even though he was great in this movie and everybody else was fantastic as well, I felt that Jonah Hill's voice stuck out a little bit too much for me in this movie. He's one of those voices that when he's talking, all you can think about is Jonah faces Hill in your... Jonah Hill's face in your head. I don't want to pinpoint this stuff too much, but I thought that there was a little bit of pacing issue sometimes. Some things were really rushed. It's kind of spoiler territory, but you know, it's minor. One really weird thing was at the end of the movie, there's this huge battle. There's like 1,000 ships. And the entire village is like nowhere to be seen. It's literally like 6 people fending off this entire village. I'm like, everybody else is over there knitting. Like I mentioned earlier, this movie's definitely centered around relationship stuff, and it was kind of a problem for me. There's definitely a threat in this movie, but once that threat is dealt with, they go back to the relationship stuff. And there's points in the movie where they're doing relationship stuff, and I was kind of more interested in the threat stuff, seeing the bad guy stuff. I wanted more of that. Not really a problem, but just something I thought was funny was there's a point in the movie where I thought the movie was ending, and there's like another 30 minutes after that. So if you have a child who has the attention span of a gnat, they're definitely going to be like, bring back the colors. So here we are in the review where we talk about questions, comments, concerns, things I didn't know where to put in the first 6 minutes of the review. So let's go. There's these little dragons called hobgobblers, and they don't really do anything other than pop up at random points and times in the movie, and it really makes this guy mad because he's like, where are you coming from? And I'm like, now you know what it's like to have bird scooters. And a poll by Fandango, this is actually the second most anticipated animated movie of 2019, behind Toy Story 4. So now you know. This movie runs about 104 minutes, which means it's the longest DreamWorks animation movie ever created. And with all the kids out there, now you know why it's so colorful. So with Toothless being a Night Fury and his girlfriend being a Light Fury, if they had babies, we could call them Nightlights. So it was rumored that Jude Law, who plays Dumbledore, would have a role in this movie, but I'm like, dude, before you get a role in this movie, why don't you learn how to train your Grindelwald? So there's a part in this movie where Grimble, the bad guy, goes to Hiccup. He says, so what do I call you? Do I call you Hiccup or do I call you Hiccup? And I was like, that's funny. There's these 2 characters in the movie called Tough Nut and Rough Nut. Could you imagine meeting them? Hi, I'm Rough Nut. Hi, I'm Tough Nut. Hi, I'm Tough Nut. Hi, I'm Rough Nut. Hi, I'm Hunter. I've had enough nut. So all in all, I had a good time with it. It's a good ending to a very good franchise. It's a great kids movie. Has some flaws and it's not my favorite, but it's a very good time. How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World is a good movie, and I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. As always, guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like below. Let's try to get this video to 25 likes. Comment below your favorite animation movie. If you've seen How to Train Your Dragon 3, if you haven't, if you want to, if you don't. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell for notifications. And as always, guys, for everything good, great, and okay, I'll see you in the next one.